Hi, Phoebe. Are you going to help me today, Phoebe? Hi, I'm Ginny from the Winnipeg Public Library, and I have a fun felt story that I would like to share with you today. This one is called The Wide-Eyed Owl. And as you can see, we have our owl shape here. We're going to build the rest of the owl as we tell the story. So are you guys ready to help me build an owl? Excellent, let's start. So there's a wide-eyed owl, and I'm going to need my wide eyes. Oh, here they are. One wide eye, two wide eyes. Our wide-eyed owl with a pointed nose, if you can see. There's our pointed nose. Tufted ears. So we've got one ear tuft and two ear tufts. And claws for toes. One set of claws, two sets of claws. When he sits in his tree and he looks at you, he flaps his wings. There's one wing. There's two wings. And he says, "Whoo, whoo." And that's the wide-eyed owl. So let's tell that story one more time, but we won't take him apart. We'll just tell the story with him right here as he is. So let's begin. There's a wide-eyed owl with a pointed nose, tufted ears, and claws for toes. When he sits in his tree and he looks at you, he flaps his wings and he says, what does he say? Hoo, hoo. Good job. And that's the wide-eyed owl. So thank you so much for sharing my story with me today. Grown-ups, I would like to mention that stories like The Wide-Eyed Owl include some unusual vocabulary. For example, tufted ears. That's not a phrase that comes up often in everyday conversation. But don't shy away from using unusual words in your stories or your conversations. Each unusual word that a child picks up is just added to their vocabulary. And a large vocabulary is a great starting point for learning how to read later on when they're ready for school. And also, the other fun thing with this story is it's all about body parts. So you can look at the body parts, you can compare them to your own. Your children will have fun saying, oh, these are my eyes. Do I have tufted ears? No, I don't think I have tufted ears. You can say that claws, another word for claws would be talons. And we say claws for toes in this story. But you can also use fingernails. You can say, would your fingernails be like claws? So that's something you can do with this story too. So that's something fun. So thank you again for listening to my story. I had a little helper named Phoebe earlier who was helping me set up. But then she decided she didn't want to stay for the story. That's okay. She caused a little bit of mayhem while I was setting up, but other than that, it's been pretty quiet around here. So thanks again for listening to my story. I would like to remind everybody to take the time to talk, sing, read, write, and play every day. Bye-bye. Phoebe, what are you doing? That's the owl.